Sorry, the recording. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Mary here again. And
Today we will be talking about space.
what's your name? What about for the new people that hop on and don't know who we are? You need to introduce yourself every time.
Hello. I am Matthew, the husband of this wonderful power woman right here. Today we will be talking about space.
I'm a pop him. I'm a pop him.
What do you think about space?
What do you mean?
Giving your spouse space.
Oh, okay. Space. So you said, what do I think about it?
Mm-hmm. And how much space is too much space? How much space is not enough space?
I think it depends on the person. So, because I can go somewhere else with this. So, for instance, I talk about love languages then, if we're going to talk about space. See, because my love language is quality time. So, with my love language being quality time, how much space do you really expect me to give you? You see what I'm saying? Because that's my love language. Now, your love language isn't quality time, so you probably want more space than what I would give you because my love language is quality time. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Now, I do feel like it's important, even when you're married, to give each other space. It's good to be away from each other because then it makes the connection stronger. Then you yearn to be around the person.
You and these
Because
words.
then you want to be around the person. It makes you closer to the person when you're away from the person, if that makes sense. But I don't like being away from him.
As you should.
Oh, okay. What do you think about space?
Space. I don't know. So, I love space. You know that.
I do know that.
I think it depends on the type of
person you are. And he's very introverted.
Introvert.
So because of that,
space is necessary. Space is necessary.
Oh, okay. So I guess he's trying to tell me something, y'all.
Space is necessary. Say.
That's, you
but no,
because
it's funny. Introverted people do need spaces that we get our energy just from being alone. I play the game often when I get home.
But there's a balance that's needed to have a healthy relationship or marriage. Especially when you're married to someone who isn't introverted and whose love language is quality time. Because then it's easy for me to feel like, not to feel like you don't love me, but it's easy for me to feel pushed away when it's not necessarily that you push me away. It's just that you being introverted and you want your space. But it's like there's a balance. What I'm trying to say, there's a balance that needs to happen here. It can't just be. It can't just be, oh, I need my space all the time. I don't want to be around you.
No more space for forever and ever.
He's so dramatic.
Well, I forgot I was talking about. You kind of jumped in there before I finished my thought. But she does a great job of giving me space.
Do it? Because when you brought this topic up, I'm like, what you trying to say?
I'm not trying to say nothing. I'm just trying to see what we should talk about for the people. You know what I'm saying? For y'all. Some people watching this.
So
there we go.
So girlfriends, fiancés, wives, comment down below. Like, ask your significant other, husband, boyfriend, if you give them enough space and see what they say. And let me know. Comment down below. Let us know what they say.
I think they give y'all enough space. Let me just say that right now. If you're watching this with him, I'm with you, brother. Don't worry about what they're saying. You give enough. You give enough space. Let's see if you get enough space. I get enough space though. So here's the thing. I come home. My wife she kind of lets me decompress. I go to the bathroom, do my thing.
Kind of.
Go to the bathroom.
I definitely let him decompress.
I play the game for a little bit.
Go get baby. He's crying. I'll be back, y'all.
That sounds like a siren. That's a siren. Already trying to get space Already trying to get space.
You
guys.
said I don't give you enough space.
Trying to go upstairs on me. No. Here's the thing though. When you think about space, ask yourself. You gotta put yourself in your spouse's shoes, significant other's shoes. Sometimes they don't get enough space, and y'all know it. And they do a lot. They do a lot for you. They put in a lot of work for you.
This is like
Hold on, but I ain't even
indirect shade.
I ain't even doing that.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I love being in your presence all the time, every day, every hour.
Babe, you ain't gotta lie for the camera.
Every second of every day.
Everybody needs space, right? You don't want to be around me 24/7.
I want to be around you all the time.
You don't.
Oh my gosh.
You don't.
What could I do without being around you? So here's the thing. She gives me enough space. But let's come up with some tips to help you give your spouse or significant other.
Yeah. So coming from an introvert and then coming from an extrovert. So you can go. So in that case, then, what do you feel is necessary for someone who is married to or in a relationship with an introvert? What is enough space? What does that look like?
Okay. Tip number 1 for giving space to an introvert: catch the vibe. Okay? You trying to figure that out? Let's start over. Catch the vibe. Catch the vibe. Or catch the vibe. It's gonna go one of the ways. You gotta be able to figure out what their mood is. He don't always have to tell you, or she don't always have to tell you that they need space. Sometimes they just silent. Sometimes this is what my wife be doing. Look at this. 5 minutes later. Look at this. 2 minutes later. I got headphones on. I'm watching TV. Look at this. And after a while, I'll be like this. I'll be like, okay. But she 15 more times. Look at this. I love it though. Cause she needs it.
Bet you I won't do it no more though. I bet you I won't. I bet you I won't show him another funny thing again.
All I'm saying is catch the vibe. If you do it twice,
but you can't
on a third time.
But you can't say catch the vibe if that's you all the time.
But that's not me all the time.
It is.
Sometimes I look at something, I'm like,
First of all, I've never heard him do that day in my life.
But you know why? Because it don't be that funny. Let's just start off right there. It don't be that funny. But, all right, number 1 for extrovert.
I lost my thought.
Tips are giving space. Extroverts don't want space.
Extroverts don't really want. No. There are times when extroverts may want space, but giving space to an extrovert might be something like hold the baby for a couple hours. I need to get out, but that's me getting space. So not being around you, but getting out, because I'm an extrovert. I need to be out and about, but I'm not necessarily with somebody, so that I'm still getting my personal space, but that also satisfies the extrovert in me. Like, so that's giving me space, just being available. In our case, because we have a baby, being available to watch the baby so I can leave out for a second, because that's me getting my space, but also because I'm extroverted, getting my space is leaving out, going somewhere, not just staying in a quiet room for hours. That's not me.
I get it. Tip number 2 for giving space to an introvert. I had a good title for the first one, so I'm going to try to come up with this off the top of the dome. Tip number 2. Love from a distance. Boom. You don't even know where I'm going with this. I don't either, but I'm going to talk and it's going to make sense pretty soon. Sometimes we still want to feel loved, but still have space. Let me tell you, prime example. See, because
Please explain. I'm listening.
I be playing a game, right? I love video games, so that's probably going to be every scenario. And sometimes I do be wanting her near, but I don't really want to talk. Time out. So you gotta look at it like, Sometimes, well, my love language is physical touch. So sometimes I just need to put my leg on you. Can you
But
see
don't
that?
pay me no
Oh no,
mind.
my pants don't match. But don't pay no mind. Just to be in your presence, but not talk to you. That don't make sense to it.
Not see for
But
an
here's the
extrovert,
thing.
it's like how is that fair? Like
But
what?
wait,
It
everything
don't
ain't
work.
fair about marriage.
So we talking to married people, we just talking to people in relationships.
We're talking about people in relationships. But everything ain't fair in marriage. Because the thing is, in relationships, you do whatever you want. Right?
What?
I'm just saying. If you ain't married, then you ain't really tied to nothing.
Oh, that's true.
So,
That's what you go.
So I always talk about marriage because
we married.
And you really can't get out of it. I wouldn't want to. Not at all. Oh my gosh.
Sis, did you catch that?
I love you so much. But okay. Love from a distance.
That's my baby.
The same. Daddy left you upstairs. Oh.
I'm trying to act like you the savior. I heard him crying.
Daddy left you upstairs, little man. It's okay.
And video's over. I got distracted.
Something about
being available, I think.
So these are tips opposite of space. So for an introvert, why do we need space, and for an extrovert, why?
Do we need space?
I don't know. We just lost it. The baby just threw it all away.
He hungry. If you hungry, you'd be angry too, right? All right. So no. So we're talking about ways that you can give the person space. So let's just get rid of the whole introvert extrovert thing because I messed myself up thinking about that. But then you also can still consider it because for somebody like me, like I'm more outgoing, so that's why we got on the whole introvert extrovert thing. But I think so. It's honestly it's hard to say because somebody like me who's outgoing and my love language is quality time. How often is it that I really want space? No, well there are times that So another part of my love language is I just turned this into love languages, didn't I?
Okay.
Is acts of service, is that what it's called? So like that could be giving me space. So it's like you go do an act of service, but that's also giving me space because while you're doing it, I'm not around. See?
So do more acts of service. That's a shot to me because I don't do many acts of service.
Yeah, but acts of service for me can look like helping clean up around the house. Like that's an act of service. Like I would probably appreciate a clean house more than I would a gift, honestly. But that's me. What? Nah, your love language is more gifts is more so your love language than it would be mine.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I know my love language, and that's the only love language that matters to me.
So you're talking about just your primary love language?
No secondaries in this.
Okay, so I think this only really works for the introvert. I think that's why the topic of space even came up because it was from him and he's the introvert. So you can continue with your list because I don't really have one.
Number 3.
We only want to do 3.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the third one.
Look, I'm learning with y'all because bro don't be telling me nothing.
And then let's say figure it out.
What?
Let's say figure it out. Because you need to figure out. It's like I don't know. Maybe we don't need a 3. Maybe my 3. Maybe I wasn't prepared for this one.
He wasn't prepared for this one.
I kind of just said a word, and then we went. All right.
So I think to sum up this, I think that it's important for introverts to get space, but I think it's important for both parties to get like it is important to have some type of distance because ultimately it gives you a moment to decompress, gather yourself, learn you. Self care is important, and then you can be a better partner or a better spouse when you take your moment. So space is important. It really is. Even ladies, I know sometimes we can be clingy, but sometimes it is important to give them space and to take a you moment and then come back, later.
That was a good one. That was a good sum it up. So I will say no more. Um, that was a good show, good video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Um, this is MaryMatt and Mav, since
Mad.
he's here,
Yeah, he's here. He's hungry.
and we'll see you in the next video.
See y'all next time. Make sure y'all tell all y'all friends that are in relationships to subscribe.
And put some questions down below so we can have something to talk about, and I don't
Yeah.
just throw out random words like space. And then look at how this video ended. She ain't nowhere near me. So
Because clearly that's what he wanted. This was his way in telling me that he wanted space. We literally just pressed record and he was like, this is what we're going to talk about. Space.
that's true, but I don't want to say something.
Lies.
So yeah, just give us some topics. Talk about in the comments how much space you need, how much space you don't need in a marriage. Some people don't think you need space in a marriage, and that's why some marriages end. So let's just have conversations about that. Okay, and we'll see you on the next episode of
MaryMatt. So.
MaryMatt. MaryMatt. We'll figure it out on the next one.